Living Local Carolina with Katie Turner. Local trends, shopping, dining, and more. This is Living Local Carolina.
Well, guys, today I am hanging out with a local legend, the hammock man, Marvin Grant. Marvin, what are you working on right now?
I'm just starting a hammock. This is the Duracall size. It's the number 13. It's a large hammock. It's supposed to take me 2 hours to get it done. But if I rush and if I stand here, I can get it done in about an hour and a half.
Gotcha. And we were talking about this earlier, but you've been doing this for 31 years?
31 years in this building, total 32 years altogether. I did a year and a half at the main company when I first started. And how I got over here, I replaced a man named Primus Washington, who was doing it for close to 70 years.
Oh my gosh.
I replaced him.
70
And I've been here ever since. I came in this building July the 5th of 1993.
And how many hammocks have you made?
25,301. I have proof. I got it written down. Every month, I add up what I made for that month, and I continue to work that for the last 31 years.
What's made you continue doing this for 31 years?
It's an easy job, and I like talking to people.
That's a simple way to put it, I guess.
A lot of people come in and ask me different questions, or what's wrong with their hammock, how can they fix it, how can they clean it, different parts. I explain it to them exactly how to do it.
You also like teaching kids, right?
Well, a lot of kids that come here and ask me, can they try it? And those are the ones I get along with. The kids who like to talk. The kids who talk, those are the ones I teach them how to make part of a hammock. The beginning of the hammock and the ending of the hammock. Those are the ones I can teach. I show them twice. Their job is to finish it.
Yeah.
I tell them, you make it, you take it.
Oh, I see. All right, so can you walk me through some of the basics in terms of hammock making? You were saying that it isn't exactly weaving, right?
It's not. The weaving is the beginning of the hammock.
Okay.
That's the outer edges. This is the weaving part. These is made up ahead of time because this is the beginning.
Gotcha.
Now, once you get that started, we can weave the hammock to begin it. But once we get this begin, this is called a shuttle. We need it takes me 2.5 of these to make a hammock.
Okay.
If I use the ball and the shuttle combined, I'm looking at a faster time. Now, say I can't use that ball. It's gonna take me close to 2 hours to get this hammock done. Because I got to stop and add on and put another one on. Now, the last part of the hammock is the part I like to do.
Oh, why?
Because when you get it home, I tell the little girls, you can decorate it. You can have seashells, bees, turn into wind chime. It's up to you how you want to do it.
Yeah.
That's why I tell the kids, you make it, you take it.
You make it, you take it.
I'll show you how to do it once. Well, I can show you twice, but see, I'm not going to teach the kid. It don't work that way.
Yeah, I know what you mean.
I show the parent. I get the parent to show their kid how to make that top piece. Because see, I tell a lot of kids, your friends at home don't know me, but they know your mother, father, grandmother, auntie, or whoever you come in this door with, they know them. So I'm going to teach that person how to do this, so that person going to teach you. This way, when you get home and you tell somebody you made this yourself, they cannot say you lied.
Yeah.
You got proof.
We'll be back right after this break with more Living Local Carolina.
Well, welcome back to Living Local Carolina. Today I'm joined by Quadre Stuckey. We're talking about beautiful, beautiful artwork with a rich cultural heritage. How are you doing?
I'm amazing. I'm blessed. Happy to be here. Thank you for having me today.
We're going to do a lot of fun stuff, but first I want to get to know you a little bit.
Okay.
I want you to kind of walk me through your creative process when it comes to this.
So when it comes to my creative process with the artwork, I like to visualize what I'm going to do first in my mind, and then I like to, draw it and sketch it on the canvas. And then once I sketch it on the canvas, I like to add that paint to bring it to life.
And you have quite a history.
Yes.
Why did you get into art in the first place?
I would say art is like my God-given talent. It wasn't something I had to try hard with. It was something that would naturally come to me that just kind of flows easy. So I wanted to use that and share my gift with the world.
I would say that when you look at your art, I was taking a look at your portfolio, and
Yes.
a lot of it is so striking.
Yes.
You have such a unique look.
Yes.
How would you describe your art, though?
I mean, I would describe my art as kind of like a mixture between like contemporary pop art and then low country Gullah lifestyle series. That's what I say, because that's our history and rich culture in Charleston, South Carolina, where I'm from. So it's about that Gullah lifestyle, maintaining the culture and the heritage. So I'm just telling the story through my artwork.
Why is that important to you?
I feel like it's important because if you don't tell your own story, somebody else will tell your story and control your narrative. So it's better for you to keep your own history and pass it down to the generations to come, like your grandkids, your great-grandkids, and your children, to let them know where they came from and what you did to make it here where you're at today.
And how does it feel whenever people see your art for the first time?
It feels amazing because, with artwork, it speaks to everybody different. You know what I'm saying? People get happy, people get excited, people get, filled with joy. So, I mean, me inside, that's just a good, heartwarming feeling that I feel every time that people see it, experience it, and then they just love it and fall in love with it.
And what would you say is the toughest part of the process for you?
The toughest part of the process was, I'd probably say, selling it, because, these are like my kids, and then somebody wants to buy it, you gotta let it go and then not look back. But, at the same time, I could just paint another one.
And speaking of, if someone is interested in purchasing your art or taking a look,
Yes.
How can they do that?
Well, they could go online to my website, www.quaddesigns.net, or they could go onto my nonprofit site, www.gullageechifamilyfoundation.com, purchase the artwork.
All right, perfect. Thank you so much, Quadre. I
Yes.
appreciate you visiting me today.
Definitely.
Well, today we are getting messy. I am at Studio 4319. I'm with Michelle. How are you?
Good, thanks. How are you?
I'm doing a lot better now that I'm here, if I'm being honest.
Great. Well,
We have had so much fun this afternoon. We have been creating and getting messy, and this is what you do every day.
every day, all day.
All the time.
It is my favorite thing ever.
Tell me about your job and what you do.
Well, we have, it's a art studio, art playground. We have classes from 18 months all the way up to adult classes, 18 months to 101. We teach mommy and me classes. All of our classes are process-based art. So that means that we're not focused on the end result. We're about the process. So even with the kids, they get really stuck on that. It has to be perfect. But when you take that pressure off and say we're just focusing on the process, it takes away that perfectionist feeling and that, it's okay if it doesn't look amazing at the end because everything that happened in the process was so much better.
That's the art.
Yes. Frame Your Beach. So this is a resin, and we used a variety of supplies. We have shells, this is some kind of jewelry string, and then epoxy resin is something that you would normally see that people are doing in molds. They go on the tumbler cups now. These things are epoxy resin. So now that will be permanently frozen in that position on your frame from the resin, because tomorrow it'll be hard as a rock.
And the mermaid cannot swim.
And the mermaid will be right there forever. And then you also made this beautiful coaster with some glitter and your name, and Miguel made this beautiful bowl that he's going to get to put up. And here's some other things that are the more traditional uses for resin in the arty and crafting world, but this is just kind of a next level, really more what I love because it's combining the art with the resin.
This was therapeutic for me,
Very
if
much,
I'm being
absolutely.
honest.
Yeah, definitely.
I feel like you probably come across that quite a bit with people
Absolutely.
who come take classes
oh,
here.
yeah, it is very therapeutic.
Where can people find out more information about your classes?
My website is studio4319.com. We're also on Facebook and Instagram, and my number is 843-400-3045. We have it all. It's really amazing.
We'll be back right after this break with more Living Local Carolina.
This story is sponsored by Belfour Property Restoration. Well, thanks for joining us today again on Living Local Carolina. Today I'm at Belfour Property Restoration and I'm joined by Tony. How are you?
I am doing well this morning.
All right, we're going to talk a little bit about your background and what you guys do. Property restoration. Give me a little bit more.
We do fire and water restoration and mold remediation. Been in the business for 33 years. We were formerly FSA Full Steam Ahead, and we merged with Belfour Property Restoration 3 years ago this past August.
And this was kind of rare that you guys were able to keep your original team. So it's the same people that have been working here for all these years. You guys are a family.
It's the same people, just a different name. Everybody's still here.
Gotcha. So give me some common reasons that people might give you guys a call.
If they've had a hot water heater burst or had a sink that overflowed or a supply line that damaged, the entire house or entire restaurant. We do a lot of high-rise work. We go out, we send crews out to start the drying process. Then we're a general contractor. After everything is dry and secured and stabilized, we come back and do the repairs. And then we also do fire restoration, the same thing. If it's a small kitchen fire that just needs some cabinets replaced and clean all the soot throughout the house, we do that as well, or a large commercial property.
And since you guys merged with Belfour, you now have a greater capability of what you're able to do in terms of restoration, right?
That is true. We have 12,200 employees throughout the country, and then we have 6 Belfour offices within 150-mile radius of Myrtle Beach. So we can pull from all those to help us if we have a large loss come in.
Very cool. Walk me through the whole process once somebody gives you guys a call.
We'll dispatch crews, whether it's 2 o'clock in the afternoon or 2 o'clock in the morning, to mitigate, make sure nothing else gets damaged, stabilize the property. Then typically an estimator comes out, meets with the property owner, and we come up with a game plan how to get them back to the pre-loss condition of the property.
And you guys have a design studio right here on site too.
We do. They can come in here, pick out their floor coverings, their cabinets, countertops, paint selections, among other things.
What is your favorite part of the process?
Helping people in bad times. We go in when most people don't want to go back into the property and help them clean it back up and get the repairs done.
Give me some examples of a more complicated project that you guys are able to take on.
About 10 years ago when Barefoot Resort had the forest fire come through, we repaired about 40 of those houses up there. That was back when we were FSA Full Steam Ahead then. Met some terrific people up there under terrible circumstances, and actually one of them we're still good friends with.
Love that. Yeah. And you're able to do both commercial and residential repairs.
We do. We do a lot of commercial and we do a lot of residential. A lot of stuff we do is very small. People think that we do just the large stuff, but we actually do more smaller stuff. Had a supply line to a toilet that burst, just affected one bedroom. We come out and take care of that as well.
And I don't think people realize how much something like that can affect your home. And if you don't get it taken care of by the right people, that can become a big, big problem.
If an ice maker line burst in the middle of the night and you didn't find it till the next morning, it could flood the entire house. It could snowball where you start getting mold to start growing in the room if it's not properly dried out.
All right, so if someone is experiencing something right now, needs to give you guys a call, how can they get in contact with you? What's the best way?
They would call our office number at 843-626-7391, and somebody's there answering that phone 24 hours a day.
Don't forget to like our page on Facebook and follow us on Instagram and Twitter. How to use the QR code. Just open the camera app on your smartphone, iPad, or tablet. Point your device at the QR code so the QR code appears on your screen. Your device will recognize the QR code and show you a notification. Click that notification and you'll come to our website. Living Local Carolina, weekday mornings at 9:30 on WBTW News 13.